Multi-loading. The information in the chart display area changes as when the own chip is situated within the different installed charts. Sometimes several charts are displayed simultaneously on the screen. Click on the arrow down button in the chart area window to view the available charts for the ship's position and manually select the chosen scale. If the selected chart is not the largest scale available in the ship's position, an indication Larger ENC will be displayed at the upper left corner of the chart display area. The most convenient way is to activate the function Autoload by clicking on the On button in the Chart Autoload under Charts task. If Off or Fix has been selected, directly click on the Autoload button next to the chart area window to display the most detailed charts of the scale set. Lists. All charts are listed on the Charts panel. You can choose between the Complete list, which shows all the charts in the ship's folio, or the By Position list, which includes only charts covering the ship's position.
Scale bar, chart boundaries, grid lines. In the Charts task at the bottom of the Layers page, you can select the settings for the following: scale bar, grid, latitudinal and longitudinal grid lines, chart boundaries. The ERBL display. Change the data in the ERBL display by pressing Tab to edit the position or bearing and range manually. Use the arrows or cursor to select the input fields. Confirm your input with Enter and finish with Apply. Scale bar. Between 1 to 1000 and 1 to 7500, the bar length is 10 by 1 cable. Between 1 to 10,000 and 1 to 75,000, it's 10 by 1 nautical mile. Between 1 to 100,000 and above, the bar length is 5 by 10 nautical miles. Below 1 to 1,000 and above 1 to 100 million, the bar is not displayed. Hardware control panel. The EBL and VRM buttons on the keyboard can also be used to adjust the values. Enter coordinates manually. Coordinates can also be entered manually. Select the tool and press the Tab button to access the text boxes. The bearing, opposite bearing and range are displayed below the coordinates. Alternatively, you can enter bearing and distance, and the coordinates of the second point will be automatically displayed.
Chart selection from lists. You can select and display a chart from the list by double-clicking on the entry in the list. Alternatively, select a chart in the list and click Load Chart to display it. The list can be sorted into ascending or descending order by selecting from the following column title: Chart number, scale, last update, date of the latest chart updating, updated to, and format.
The EBL VRM window. The EBL VRM window is intended for activating and adjusting two independent EBL VRMs. Click on EBL1 button and enter the value of bearing in the input field. Then press Enter to display the EBL in the chart display area. The same procedure will be followed with VRM1 activation. If it's necessary to use additional EBL VRM, click the EBL VRM2 tab and activate it in the same way with EBL VRM1.
Create lines and texts. To create a line, click the arrow down button beside the active category and select Line. Choose the line and annotate if necessary. Then click Add Object. Left-click on the chart to place the first point of the line and move the cursor to form the desired line. If you want to put text on the chart, click the arrow down button again and select Text. Enter the text and click Add Object. Set the position of the text on the chart with a click. Color corrections. You can choose if you want to see the symbols in color or monochrome by clicking the Colored button under Display Options. Chart Number Input window. Activate the chart search function by entering the chart number in the input field and clicking the Find button. The chart will be highlighted in the list. It can be displayed by clicking Load Chart button. Note: use the Ahead symbol or Position Dropped button to bring the ownership back into the chart display area. Create depths and shapes. To add depths on the chart, click on the arrow down button for category and select Depth in the drop-down list. Enter the value in the input field and click Add Object. Then click on the chart to position it. You can also add different shapes by selecting Shapes. Then the arrow down button to choose either ellipse, rectangle, sector, polygon, or circle, and select the type of line and fill, including the color. Click the button name and position the center point by clicking on the chart and moving the cursor to outline the shape. Then click again to place it.
The EBL VRM window. The EBL VRM window is intended for activating and adjusting two independent EBL VRMs. Click on EBL1 button and enter the value of bearing in the input field. Then press Enter to display the EBL in the chart display area. The same procedure will be followed with VRM1 activation. If it's necessary to use additional EBL VRM, click the EBL VRM2 tab and activate it in the same way with EBL VRM1.
Create symbols. To create a symbol on the map, click Add Objects and select Symbol. Click the Current Symbol Library button and select a library from the drop-down list. Choose a symbol and enter additional information in the text boxes. Then choose a color. Click the Start and End radio buttons to display the objects for a specific period of time. Change the value in the input field. Right-click on it and select Apply. Then click on the Danger radio button and enable Clear Attribute fields for every new object, if necessary. Click Add Object and left-click on the desired chart position to place the symbol. The Mode button will switch to Editor. Alternatively, press Tab to add an object by position. Right-click to end the process. Note: if the button name is one of the categories, click the arrow down button beside it to display the drop-down list of categories. Save maps. All added user objects can be saved in the map. To do this, click on the Save button, change the map name, and add comments if necessary. Confirm with Save. Edit objects. You can edit previously created objects by clicking on Edit Objects and then selecting Edit. An orange acquisition marker appears on the chart. Move the cursor to the required object and click to open the Edit window. Modify the object either by replacing it or adding text, information, and danger attributes as well. Click Apply to confirm the changes. Note: if the button name is one of the functions, click the arrow down button beside it to display the drop-down list of functions. Maps panel. Creating user map objects can be done in the Maps panel, which can be opened by clicking the Maps checkbox in the Tasks list. The panel is composed of the following buttons: Show and hide maps, to turn on and off the map display. Loaded maps, displays the list of loaded maps. Set focus on maps, to focus on monitored maps. Add objects, contains list of object categories. Edit objects, contains list of functions. Save, saves the map. Monitoring or editor, shows maps in monitoring or editor mode. Options, to minimize and maximize the panel. It also displays pages by clicking the individual tab, such as Maps, Find Object, Display Options, and Tracks. In the Maps tab, there are 3 disabled buttons on the right side. Monitoring, to monitor the selected map. Load, to load the chosen map. And Delete, to delete the map. They will only be available once the Select or Clear All radio button has been clicked, or listed maps are checked in the Maps page.
Quick Distance tool. The Quick Distance tool can be accessed from the chart panel bar. You can select either rhumb line or great circle to measure a distance. Then the cursor will change to the graphic cursor and you can select the first point on the chart. Left-click there and then repeat it for as many points as necessary. The distance from one point to the next will be displayed in a text box together with the bearing and the total distance. End the function with a right-click or the Cancel button.
Monitor maps. Editing objects is restricted during monitoring. To monitor a map, choose the map by clicking the adjacent checkbox in the map list and click the Monitoring button. Alternatively, select the loaded maps for monitoring by clicking the box to the left of the map name. An anchor symbol will appear.
Snap function. If you've activated the snap function, the reference point of the LOP will automatically move to the closest conspicuous object on the chart within a range of 0.5 nautical mile.
Delete maps. You can delete a map by clicking the adjacent checkbox and then selecting Delete. Then Acknowledge by clicking on OK. Maps that are loaded into the layer cannot be deleted because they will not appear in the Maps tab. Tracks. To show the ownership or target track as a user map object, click on the Tracks tab and change the color of the track by clicking the entry. Check the Record tick box to start recording the relevant data. Select between time and distance for record settings. For coverage area cross-track distance, input the desired value in the field.
Move and reference function. To connect the LOP with the chosen reference object, click the Move and Reference button. The bearing line will now be connected to the cursor. Move it to the observed fixed object and drop it with a click. Accept a position fix. To accept the position fix that results from the two LOPs, click Accept Position. When the vessel is navigating in dead reckoning mode, it will move automatically to the accepted position. Otherwise, dead reckoning mode can be activated later in the Sensors task panel. The Set by Cursor function can be used to move the vessel to the correct position. Position offset. You can manually enter a position offset for each DGPS in the Sensors task panel. Click in the Offset box, enter the required values, then confirm with the Enter key, and the ownership will be moved to the corrected position. Use the Set Offset By and select Cursor to move the vessel by cursor instead. To cancel the position offset, click Cancel Offset.
Create new maps. To create a new map, click on the Loaded Maps button and click Create New Map. The default map name will be New Map 01*. Note: the asterisk in the name means that the map has not yet been saved or changes have been made. Unsaved maps are not synchronized with other workstations.
Using the cursor. Change the cursor appearance to the ERBL cursor by a series of right clicks in the chart display area and click on any object in the chart to determine the bearing and range from the ownership. This will be displayed in the ERBL information window. Establishing via distance. To establish the second LOP using distance, click the number 2 LOP button, then select distance, and enter the measured data in the distance input box. If the automatic jump to new LOP radio button has been activated, the next LOP will be available directly after clicking Apply. The distance circle with timestamp is displayed as blinking red. Click again the number 2 LOP button and click Move and Reference button to move the center point of the distance circle to the reference object. Click again to drop it.
Restore an object. The Restore function can be used to bring back deleted objects. To restore an object, check that the Deleted button is active. Click on the arrow down button and select Restore. Then click the deleted object to be restored. Delete an object. To delete an object, click on the arrow down button and select the Delete function. Left-click on the object to be deleted. If you click on one point or leg of a line, the whole line will be deleted. The deleted objects can be displayed again by clicking the Deleted button of the display options. Shift objects. If an object requires moving, click on the arrow down button and select Shift. Click on the object, move the cursor to the required position, and click again to drop it. Unload or load maps. To unload a map, click the Map Name button and click X. The unloaded map will be inserted into the list on the Maps page. Saved maps can be loaded for editing or monitoring. Click the respective checkboxes of the maps to be loaded, or alternatively, click the Select or Clear All radio button to select all in the list, and click the Load button for editing. All created user objects in the loaded maps will appear in the chart display area. Maps. On the Maps page, 4 columns are available. 1. Exclamation mark. Marked if the map contains danger. 2. Name. The name of the map. 3. Info. Information about the map. 4. Checkbox. Column for checkboxes. Entries can be sorted by clicking the first to third column title.
Establishing via bearing. If you want to use a bearing to establish the first LOP, click the bearing button and enter the measured data. You can put a name in the text box and click Apply. The bearing line with a timestamp will be displayed as blinking red on the chart, and the reference point is the ship's position. Establish process. To access the Lines of Position function, select the Manually Fix Position panel from the multi-panel display. You can make up to 6 LOPs, either by bearing, by distance, or by bearing and distance. Establish via bearing distance. Another method for creating an LOP is via bearing distance. Click on it, enter the measured data, and click Apply. A red distance circle and a bearing line with a timestamp will blink in the chart. Move and drop the center point to the reference object, as previously explained. Activate Man Overboard. In the event of a man overboard incident, it's always advisable to mark the position where it happened. You can mark the position with the Man Overboard function. To activate it, either click the Man Overboard icon or press the Man Overboard key on the keyboard for a few seconds. The position will be marked on the chart, and an extra Man Overboard panel appears showing important information about the event. You can either move the panel to your chosen position or close it and access the information through the normal multi-panel display.
Find objects. The Find Object function can be used to quickly search for objects on the selected and loaded map. The table shows the created user map objects and their attributes. The coordinates of the chosen object are displayed in the Points column. A double click in the respective row displays the symbol in the chart center and the object is highlighted with a flashing circle.
Event marker. An event marker can be placed on the own ship track to mark a particular position. Press the Event button in the control panel to open the pop-up window. Select the user and enter the password. You can enter a comment in the field above, which will be saved in the Ecdis logbook if the ship logbook is licensed. Then click OK to place the marker. Man overboard information. After the Man overboard function has been activated, the Man overboard panel displays coordinates of Man overboard mode activation, time elapsed since Man overboard mode was activated, bearing from the ship's current position to the activation point, distance from the ship's current position to the activation point. If the activation was delayed, you can use the Set Time button to enter the time of the event, and the Man overboard icon on the chart will be moved to a corresponding former position. Alternatively, if you have the exact position of the incident, you can use the Set Pos instead. The enabled button Show Seek Circle will display a red-coloured Man overboard center point seek circle, which will be expanding at the set rate in the input field. Turn off the Seek Circle display as required by releasing the button.
Display options. Click on the Display Options tab to selectively display the user map objects by enabling or disabling the different buttons under Objects, Attributes, and Display Options. The track transparency can also be adjusted into 5 settings by clicking the relevant button.
Deactivate Man overboard, log. To deactivate the Man overboard function after the Man overboard maneuver has been completed, press the Man overboard button again and confirm the dialog. Activation and deactivation of the Man overboard function automatically creates a logbook event.